June 4th, 5 a.m. With the square ringed with jumpy troops and the remaining students huddled around the Monument of People's Heroes, a couple of intellectuals negotiate a peaceful withdrawal from the square.
So they went out and figured out a way to talk to a colonel who apparently was in charge, and was able to get an agreement that if the students leave by certain hours, the troops will not kill the people. And then Feng Sunde, Chailing, and myself led the last several thousand survivors through a particular entrance and left the square around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Troops take control, crushing the goddess of democracy under the treads of a tank.
Most of the fighting and most of the death and wounding did not take place in the square itself. There was relatively little right within it. It took place as the soldiers came in from all different directions and fought their way down both the Avenue of Eternal Peace and through other avenues of ingress into the city. So the massacre was not, as most people think, the Tiananmen Square massacre. It was a Beijing massacre.
The killing continues throughout the night and into the following day. June 9th, 1989. Deng Xiaoping appears on television praising the military for successfully crushing the riot. The state's first report of the event claims that 1,000 soldiers died, while only 23 counter-revolutionary thugs and hooligans perished. These numbers seem improbable even in a country used to hyperbolic propaganda, and soon casualty figures are revised to 300 counter-revolutionaries. Western experts put the number between several hundred and a few thousand. We will likely never know an exact amount. Since then, the square is patrolled day and night by secret police watching for any sign of protest. Most dissidents are jailed or exiled. And in 2005, Zhao Jiang dies under house arrest. To his last breath, Zhao refuses to renounce his opposition to the June 4th crackdown.
And his opposition cost his freedom. He was under house arrest until his death, 16 years later. And according to recently available information, after Tiananmen massacre, Deng Xiaoping have approached Mr. Zhao Jiang several times with offer for him to return to the government on the condition he would give up his position on June 4th. And every time he turned him down. And by doing so, that Zhao Jiang is consciously defending a fundamental principle of civilization in China, that the government would never be allowed to publicly massacre its own peaceful demonstrators under any circumstances. If Chinese government to survive, if Chinese society to survive, that principle will always be a fundamental pillar, and Zhao Jiang would symbolize that spirit.
Now, China is poised to become a dominant world power. Yet Tiananmen remains an explosive issue. The protests were the first time a popular uprising challenged the Communist Party. As China moves into the 21st century and does more and more business with the rest of the world, time will tell what new challenges face China and its people, and whether those challenges will bring unity or conflict to Tiananmen Square.